I'll never forget the way she smiled at me. The same smile she wore when we buried her a week ago. Started with a funeral. My best friend Sarah had passed away in a tragic car accident. Her death hit our small town hard, but we all came together to honor her memory. I was one of the pallbearers, and it felt surreal carrying her casket, knowing she was inside. A week after the funeral, strange things began happening. I started getting texts from Sarah's number. At first, I thought it was some sick prank. The messages were simple. Miss you, remember our pact, and see you soon. I replied, asking who was behind it. There was no response. Then one night, I heard a knock on my window around 3 a.m. My bedroom is on the second floor. I froze, my heart pounding. Gathering my courage, I slowly approached the window and peeked through the curtains. There she was, Sarah, standing in the yard, looking up at me with that familiar smile. I blinked, thinking it was a hallucination, but she didn't disappear. I closed my eyes and counted to 10, hoping she'd be gone when I opened them. But when I did, she was closer, right under the window, her eyes locked on mine. I stumbled back, tripping over my own feet, and crashed to the floor. When I dared to look again, she was gone. I told myself it was a dream. The messages kept coming, now with more urgency. Come to me, one said. I'm waiting. I decided to investigate. I went to the cemetery where she was buried, even though it was the last place I wanted to be. It was a foggy night, the moon barely visible through the mist. I found her grave, the earth still fresh. As I stood there, my phone buzzed with a new message. Look behind you. I turned around slowly, my breath caught in my throat. Sarah was there, just a few feet away, her dress muddy, her skin pale and cold. She looked at me with hollow eyes and whispered, "You promised." In that moment, I remembered. Years ago, we'd made a silly pact. If one of us died, we'd come back for the other. It was a joke, a way to ease our fear of death. But as I stood there, paralyzed with fear, I realized she had taken it seriously. I ran. I didn't look back. The next morning, I moved out of town, leaving everything behind. I never told anyone what happened, afraid they'd think I was crazy. But sometimes, late at night, I get a feeling that someone's watching me. And every so often, my phone buzzes with a message from a number I should have deleted long ago. Don't forget your promise.